Hello guys, we are from Group 6 want to present about research method, quantitative and qualitative. This is the member of Group 6 and I am Nimade Karina Putri Winarsa with student ID number 21120212114. In previous semester, we have learned about academic writing with Mr. Eka. Do you still remember that? In collecting data in academic writing, we do need research design like quantitative and also qualitative. So, what is the definition of quantitative research and qualitative research? Based on Creswell, 1994, quantitative research is a type of research that collecting the data using mathematical method, especially statistics. Then, quantitative research focuses on measuring social reality. The researchers of this research see the world objectively. It means that applying rigid guidelines is so important in collecting or processing the data. Next, we move to qualitative research. Qualitative research is a type of research that uses natural approach to the subject matter. It means that the qualitative researchers trying to understand or interpret the phenomena in terms of meaning. In qualitative research, we collect data from case study, personal experience, interview, and observational. And also, statistics cannot be used to process data in qualitative research.
Okay, thank you for the time that's given to me. I'm Idoik Deparimita, and now it's my turn to explain about differences between qualitative and quantitative research. Okay, so here I put on the table so we can compare it easily between qualitative and quantitative. So the first instrument is about purpose. Qualitative has purpose to examine phenomenon as it is in a rich detail. Besides, quantitative has purpose to study relationship, cause and also effect of situation or event or phenomenon that affect to the people. The second one is the type of data collect. Both of qualitative and quantitative have different way of data they collect. For qualitative, they use non-numerical, narrative and visual data. Besides, quantitative use numerical or measurable data. It is because qualitative data is information that cannot be counted or measurable or easily expressed in numbers. It is collected from the text, audio, image, and it is shared through the visualization tools. And then, for the quantitative data collection, it is referred to the collection of numerical data that can be analyzed using statistical method. Okay, next, let's talk about period of collecting data. On qualitative need longer period to collecting data than quantitative research. Next is about approach. So here on qualitative is more using inductive approach, which is it can be generate new theory. Besides, for the quantitative, it used deductive approach, which is it a test theory. Okay, for the inductive approach, it is a systematic procedure for analyzing qualitative data in which the analysis likely to be guided by specific evaluation objective. So, inductive reasoning is a method that drawing conclusion by going from the specific information to the general. But sometimes it is usually contrast with the deductive, which is they process from the general information into a specific information. About a deductive approach to research is the one that people typically associate with scientific investigation. So why in quantitative using deductive approach, it is because it possibly to explain causal relationship between concept and variable, and it is related to the purpose of the quantitative research. Okay, now we talk about the sample. So here, qualitative need small sample than quantitative. But in qualitative, there are extensive interaction. But in qualitative, they only need a little interaction. Okay, so sample in qualitative research is tend to be small in order to support the depth of case-oriented analysis that is fundamental to the mode of inquiry. And next, for the quantitative, the larger sample size, the more accurate average values will be. So, larger samples size also help researchers identify outliers in data and provide the smaller margin of error. Okay, next is about research procedure. Okay, on qualitative relies on categorizing, organizing data into pattern procedures, a descriptive narrative synthesis. Besides, for the quantitative, it relies on statistical procedures. For the last part is about underlying belief. So, in qualitative, it's belief that meaning is situated in particular perspective or context. So, it may be have a different meaning in each people or each group. For the quantitative, it's believed that we live in the world that's stable and predictable. So, in the world that everything can be measured, understand, and generalized about. Okay, so that's all about the differences between qualitative and quantitative. Next material is about characteristic of qualitative and quantitative.
So thank you for this opportunity, but first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Idewa Sri Agung Octavianti Puspita Dewi with student ID number 2112021088. So today I would like to explain a little bit about the characteristic of quantitative and also qualitative research. And first, I will explain about the quantitative. So the characteristic of quantitative research is the use of measurable variables. The second one is standardized research instrument. So the standardization of research instruments ensure the data is accurate, valid, and reliable. So we can use questionnaires, surveys, and also polls. The third one is random samplings of participants. Next, we have data presentation in tables, graphs, or figures. And the next one is the use of a repeatable method. So it means the method can be applied by other researchers in a different context to verify or confirm a particular outcome. And the last one is closed-ended questioning. So since the study is based on quantitative data, it is in imperative closed-ended questioning or ask. So there are questions that only can be answered by selecting from a limited number of options with a simple like yes or no or true or false answers. Okay, so the next one I will explain about the characteristic of qualitative method. So the first one is natural environment. So qualitative researchers do not change the environmental settings and also the activities of participants. But information is gathered by talking directly to people and seeing them act directly in a natural context. The second one is researchers as a key instrument. So qualitative researchers generally collect their own research data through participant observations. So they cannot use other researchers' instrument. The third one is multiple source of data. So we can use interviews, documentation, and also observations rather than relying only on one source data. Number 4 is interpretive. So qualitative researchers make an interpretation of what they see, hear, and also what they understand. And the last one is the meaning of the participants. So the researchers have to focus on studying the meaning of the participants. Okay, that's all my explanation about the characteristic of quantitative and also qualitative research method. And that's all from my group 6. I hope you can learn something from our presentation. Thank you for your attention and see you later. Goodbye.